Humans are the only mammals that actively seek out dietary compounds engineered by nature to cause pain. When you consume capsaicinoids, your body initiates a severe physiological defense protocol. You sweat, your blood vessels dilate, and nociceptors flood your nervous system with immediate signals of tissue damage. In evolutionary biology, ubiquitous behaviors that demand high energy or cause physical distress are rarely accidental. They survive natural selection by providing a superseding hidden survival advantage. Evolutionary biologists, including Paul Sherman, widely known for his work on naked mole rats, proposed a framework to explain this, termed Darwinian gastronomy. This hypothesis strips away the idea of spice as a mere cultural preference. Instead, it frames the consumption of pungent plants as a strict evolutionary adaptation against environmental threats. We have to separate the proximate cause from the ultimate cause. The proximate cause is why an individual eats spicy food today: flavor and sensation. The ultimate cause is why the trait survived over millennia: survival. To understand why we endure the chemical burn, we must look at early human diets as a constant, lethal biological arms race against microscopic competitors. Sherman and his colleague Jennifer Billing tested this hypothesis by treating global cookbooks as a fossil record of human dietary adaptation. They analyzed the specific ingredients of over 4,500 traditional meat-based recipes across 30 different countries. This scatterplot of their data reveals a primary statistical anomaly. The number of spices per recipe does not correlate with local plant availability. Instead, it scales linearly with mean annual temperature. Ambient temperature is the critical variable. Prior to electrical refrigeration, a hot climate guaranteed rapid bacterial growth and lethal food spoilage. This bar chart measures the exact antimicrobial properties of the phytochemicals found in these common spices. More than half of the tested plants inhibit at least 75% of bacteria. The apex spices, ingredients like garlic, onion, and allspice, achieve total 100% bacterial inhibition against every tested pathogen. These phytochemicals are highly potent toxins, engineered by the plants themselves to repel invaders. Global culinary traditions operate as a subconscious epidemiological shield. Early humans hijacked the toxic defenses of plants to sanitize their own food supply. To understand how the human body detects these protective toxins, we have to isolate the specific molecular interface at the cellular level. The receptor is TRV1, a non-selective calcium-permeable cation channel, originally identified as the body's primary detector for both capsaicin and noxious heat. This 3D structural diagram maps the TRV1 homotetramer. It consists of 4 symmetrical subunits arranged around a central ion-conducting aqueous pore. Each subunit contains 6 transmembrane segments, labeled S1 through S6, with a critical P-loop region wedged between them to line the pore itself. Hanging below the membrane surface are the intracellular structural elements, featuring extensive N-terminal anchor and repeat domains. The exact molecular binding pocket for dietary vanilloids sits directly at the intracellular S2, S3, and S4 linker. This intricate protein architecture serves as the direct biological landing site for these plant defense compounds. TRPV1 maintains an unusual sensitivity to electrical voltage, despite lacking the structurally defined sensing domains found in most voltage-gated channels. This activation curve plotted against membrane potential demonstrates how it functions through allosteric modulation. When capsaicin binds to the receptor, it physically shifts the channel's intrinsic voltage-dependent activation curve downward into physiological resting membrane potentials. The channel uses a mechanism called polymodal integration. TRPV1 processes multiple distinct stimuli simultaneously, constantly calculating heat, voltage, and chemical agonists at the exact same time. It also calculates internal damage. Endogenous inflammatory mediators like nerve growth factor or bradykinin bind to surface receptors during tissue injury. This initiates a kinase cascade. PKC, PKA, and SERC kinases phosphorylate specific TRPV1 residues, permanently sensitizing the channel and dropping its heat activation threshold to normal body temperature. An acidic pH environment pushes that threshold down even further through a synergistic mechanism. This cellular math explains human culinary behavior. It is why nearly every spicy regional dish universally pairs pungent capsaicin with highly acidic ingredients, like citrus or vinegar. The acid chemically amplifies the receptor sensitivity to the spice. TRPV1 operates as a dynamic, tunable cellular calculator. It constantly integrates thermal, chemical, and inflammatory data to determine when to open the calcium gates. Unrestrained TRPV1 activation poses a severe biological danger. A massive, prolonged influx of calcium ions quickly leads to cellular toxicity and death. To survive, the channel employs strict self-preservation mechanisms, acute desensitization, and long-term tachyphylaxis. This cross-section of the intracellular ARD region illustrates the negative feedback loop. Intracellular calcium binds to a protein called calmodulin. The calmodulin complex then competitively binds to the anchor-teat domains and forces the channel closed, blocking further calcium entry. This feedback loop creates the physical tolerance humans build to spicy food over time. It is also the exact mechanism that allows high-dose capsaicin patches to function as effective clinical analgesics, deliberately overloading the receptor to silence the pain signal. Because TRPV1 perfectly regulates its own sensitivity, it can act safely and continuously in critical systems far outside the boundaries of pain reception. The canonical textbook definition usually limits TRPV1 to a peripheral warning system, acting simply as an alarm wire sending pain signals to the brain. This split-screen vector diagram clarifies the difference between an afferent neural signal and an efferent neurogenic response. When triggered by heat, the nerve endings undergo exocytosis. They release potent vasoactive neuropeptides, specifically CGRP and substance P, directly into the surrounding tissue. These neuropeptides immediately bind to receptors on adjacent vascular smooth muscle and endothelial cells. The physiological outcome is potent vasodilation. In the heart, this mechanism provides profound cardioprotection, shielding myocardial tissue against ischemia-reperfusion injury. These sensory fibers function as localized delivery systems for bioactive peptides, altering blood flow and protecting tissue on demand. Breaking past the neural boundary entirely reveals that functional TRPV1 expression is deeply embedded in non-neurogenic tissues across the body. It acts directly within the vascular endothelium itself. This flowchart outlines the specific endothelial pathway. Direct activation of TRPV1 by dietary vanilloids drives the calcium-dependent phosphorylation of eNOS, endothelial NO synthase. The result is increased nitric oxide production, leading to endothelium-dependent vasodilation and lower systemic blood pressure. The receptor also performs vital metabolic regulation within adipose tissue. It executes dual metabolic functions. TRPV1 activation actively promotes thermogenesis in brown adipose tissue, while simultaneously suppressing adipogenesis, the formation of fat cells in white adipose tissue. The high-temperature origins of spice use map perfectly to our modern understanding of systemic biology. The intense sensation associated with chili peppers and garlic reflects a high-fidelity interface between our diet and our internal homeostatic network. The receptor we originally evolved to detect lethal pathogens has ultimately been co-opted into a ubiquitous polymodal integrator, one that actively regulates our cardiovascular and metabolic survival.